Forget bingo. These 90-year-olds just want to dance. This article is by Jenny Gross. When I heard about an initiative in Brussels in which retirement home residents were invited to party at nightclubs every so often, I was immediately intrigued. 90-year-olds in a nightclub? Whose crazy idea was this? The first step in my reporting was to contact the organizer, Youssef Kadar, 37, the head of a Belgian nonprofit that aims to address loneliness among older people. He told me about how he started out organizing more conventional events, like seaside trips, before he decided to push the boundaries. Mr. Kadar organized a video game day for retirement home residents, many of whom had never played video games before. He also organized hot air balloon rides and a day rave. Then, he thought, why not dancing at a busy nightclub, where older people would mix with younger ones? This year's outing was happening in May, and I wanted to see how it would unfold. I have been interested in the rise of loneliness among young people, more at ease connecting through screens than in real life, and also among older people. How does society need to adapt to improve the quality of life for aging populations? How does the role of community and social connections fit into that? These questions feel especially urgent in Europe, where the median age is projected to increase by almost 5 years between 2019 and 2050. Before I started writing for inspiration, I reread some of my favorite articles by my colleague Jason Horowitz, who has documented the effects of Italy's aging population on society, often in offbeat ways. He once wrote about 2 towns in Sardinia battling for the distinction of having the longest living residents. I also read an article from 2017 by another colleague, Norimitsu Onishi, about how some older people in Japan are living in extreme isolation. Inspired, I arrived at the retirement home around 5 p.m., just before some of the residents were having their hair and makeup done, in search of a central figure who might drive the story. I quickly noticed Guillaume van der Weyen, 99, because of his radiance and impeccable style. Later in the night, at the dimly lit Murano nightclub in central Brussels, I could see he was also a star on the dance floor. Under red beams, he twisted and bent to bass-heavy music with a West African lilt with other residents and volunteers, at first, and later with younger people, as they began to filter into the club. It's good for old people to see young people, and the other side also, Coco Bourgoigny, a retirement home resident who was at the club, told me. She said that she loved having friends of all ages because it made for richer conversations. I spoke with another resident who told me about how strange it was to go from being the head of a European Union translation team, in which he used his knowledge of English, French, Danish, Dutch, German, and Finnish, to living in a retirement home where he was never asked about his professional life. Hans-Henri P. Kluge, the World Health Organization's director for Europe, told me in an interview how important it was not to belittle older people, but rather to treat them with respect and look at what they can contribute to society. The article, which was published last month, seemed to touch a chord. I heard from a nightclub manager in El Paso who said he wanted to host similar events. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York reposted the article, which ran with the headline, "They're over 80. You can find them in the club. This gonna be me," Ms. Ocasio-Cortez, 35, wrote on Instagram. My conversations with older clubgoers inspired me to think differently, not just about aging, but also about the here and now. If someone proposes something fun, why not just say yes?